How's it going, everybody? Thanks for all the kind comments yesterday. That was really cool. Sometimes you just got to put it out there, right? Anyway, check this out. I just sold a couple of guitars. The rule is you gotta sell one to buy one, and I had to sell a couple to buy this one. I've still got a couple more to sell, actually. But I've been looking for a new guitar to take on the road, a new touring whip. And for years I've been playing my Jeddhughesofficial, my D45, which I love. But it's been in for like repairs a bunch of times, and it's still awesome. I love it to death. But I just more and more I'm getting nervous about traveling with it and flying with it and relying on it because, it's served its time, really. 20 years is a pretty good lifespan for a touring instrument, I think. Yeah, I mean, even though there are people that play the same guitar forever, and I get it. I'm just saying, dragging around a Brazilian rosewood D45, sometimes in the conditions that we're traveling in and playing in, I'm just at the point where I will never sell that guitar and it'll stay here forever. And I just don't want to travel with it anymore. So I've been curious about these Fairbanks. I'm not sure if that's zooming in, but these Fairbanks Nick Lucas 12 fret Mahogany guitars. And I sort of got into the 12 fret thing through Rodney, because his main guitar is a early 30s Gibson LO. And it's a different feel. It's a very different feel, the 12 fret thing. I know it doesn't seem like that big a distance, but you find your right hand in a slightly different place, and you feel your left hand in a different way. This is a really, really well-built instrument. It's incredible, actually. It was built in 2013, this one, so it's got a decade on it, but I don't think anyone's played it much. It's really dead clean. I barely even see a pick scratch on here. It's an Adirondack top, which I love, the Addy tops. They seem to, when you want them to, they really jump for you. And as far as I can tell, it has some really nice natural reverb, which I like. Especially that note. And the neck's not too big. Sometimes those older guitars sound amazing, but when you're trying to play all night with those really big V-necks, and trust me, I love them. I love to sit and play those guitars. I just can't really perform with them like I want to sometimes, all night, So this is more of a modern C shape, they call it. You can get around it a little easier. I also wanted a slightly smaller body, even though these are technically, apparently, the same depth as a Dreadnought. They have these deep bodies. I don't know if you can tell that, but the Nick Lucas guitars have a really thick body. But I wanted something a little smaller, because I've I don't know, I just find myself leaning into that lately. So, this just showed up in the post, and I really hesitate to buy especially acoustic guitars without playing them. Electric guitars I know a little bit better because I've had better luck being able to figure out the specs that I like. But really an acoustic guitar, I feel like you just don't know what you've got until you've got it in your hands and you're pushing it around, seeing what it can do. So I'm going to sit here and play this guitar this afternoon, and I can't quite tell yet. I got a pretty good feeling about this guitar, but I'm just, need to spend a bit of time with it. I do love the dynamic range of this guitar. I love that you can get light and sweet with it. With your fingers. It's plenty loud with a pick. For, freewheeling rhythm. Anyway, Dale Fairbanks, that's his name. Beautiful instrument, incredibly well built. I mean, it's impeccable how beautiful this thing is constructed. Incredible. I love small batch builders. I always have. I met Brian DeGrucci when I was 8 years old, and we struck up a great friendship over his lifetime, and I love supporting small batch builders, one-man shops, things like that. I just think it's really cool. They're not as cheap as a commercially available instrument, but you don't buy them as often either. I got 20 years out of that DeGrucci as a touring instrument, so that's a good run. So there you go. Hope everybody's doing great. Thanks again for all the kind messages yesterday. I got to be honest with you guys. Sometimes I get in a funk. We all do, right? It's part of being human, and part of my program is very much being in a place of gratitude constantly, and someone made a great comment in the comment section of it is supposed to be fun, and it is great to just be able to make a living playing music, and to be able to pick up a guitar and have the luxury of time some days to even sit down and just get lost in playing music. So thank you to everyone for being so cool, and there's a lot of really great messages and a lot of really great advice in the comments section. I've read it over a bunch of times. It's fantastic, and it makes me feel good that people like that are tuning into the channel and are being that engaged and that honest with how they feel about something like that. So it's super cool. That's the kind of community I want to build. That's what counts at the end of the day, is that